Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into our band show. I am your host, Christian Ivanko. Welcome to episode 31. It's such a pleasure to be here with you tonight. And once again, we are joined by another incredible group from right here in our very own Hudson Valley, Wickham Falls, bringing in the fall. And if you guys have been outside at all today, you'll know it's just a perfect, beautiful, crisp day, and the vibes couldn't be any better. And we promise the same feeling exists right here in our studio. These four fine musicians are absolutely incredible. They're so all over the place musically, but they put it together in such an awesome and concise package. We can't wait to show you guys. And so let's just get to it with their first song of the evening, Wickham Falls performing Baby Tooth, live on our band show. Take it away.
You can take the boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy.
Passenger princess in a period dream. Plain beans, sweeter wants to keep the figure lean. Dancing on her bed cause she thinks she found the one, while he's running around Marshall's and cradling his gun. She's the talk of the town. She told her friend she met a man that'll never let her down. His name is Robbie, and it's Rob for short. He's the love of my life. He only texts me at night. Robbie wants some trouble, wants a girl he can hit. Just as in deep and all her friends know. He wants to fight, but he may make a mess, cause his jewel's pulling off, but the baby tries his best. You gotta look her here, he's got a baby tooth. You should really get veneers, another root beer, and the tooth will fall right out. It's about time I would've knocked it out his mouth. Now this baby tooth wouldn't be a big deal if he didn't flex his muscles and ask your friends to feel. He did a snout rocket once on his waiter shoes, and the show's gone at parties when he's had so many booze. Robbie wants some trouble, wants a girl he can hit. Just as in deep and all her friends know. He wants to fight, but he might make a mess, cause his jewel's pulling off, but the baby tries his best. Wants a girl he can hit, just as in deep and all her friends know. Wants to fight, but he might make a mess, cause his jewel's pulling off, but the baby tries his. Robbie wants to fight, fight. will get me flying. Lying flat on my face in a bed I don't belong to, heavy like lead. These friends must not be friends, they fuck around too much and leave me crying, dying, counting minutes till I can see again. Tanner won't remember in the morning, but he asked me out. I knew it was coming from the way he chats me up for clout. I said no but nicely and thanked him anyways. Made my way to Meg's bed, slumped down my cup on her nightstand. Lying flat on my face in a bed I don't belong to, heavy like lead. His friends must not be friends, they fuck around too much and leave me crying, dying, counting minutes till I can see again. These friends must not be friends, they fuck around too much and leave me crying, dying, counting minutes till I can see again. But Maggie knows her way around, she runs the house, she breaks me down, only here for her I know she'll get me out and bring me here all over again. Lying, flying, I'm heavy like lead. I can't fall asleep before 1, I can't wake up by noon. If you talk to me while I'm awake, it'd be easy for me to sleep. And I can't write words for the life of me, so I'll take yours in place of mine. Make me feel clever and bright, make me seem fragile and divine. Treat me like I'm worth it, but I can't tell the difference. Let it sink in, let all my friends hear about it. Is it worth it to you when I act this bad? Would you fall in love with me if I behave just like you when we're not in bed? Tell me things that I wanna hear, let them flow right out of my mouth. I believe them if you told me, I'd repeat them like you own me. Would you fall in love with me if I behaved just like you when we're not in bed? I'd try anything once if it meant I didn't have to fight you. And I can't believe you're not here tonight when all I've been doing is calling for you. Treat me like I'm worth it, though I don't know the difference. Let it sink in. Let all my friends hear about it. Is it worth it to you when I act this bad? Would you fall in love with me if I behave just like you when we're not in bed? Treat me like I'm worth it, but I can't tell the difference. Let it sink in. Let all my friends hear about it. Is it worth it to you when I act this bad? Would you fall in love with me if I behave just like you when we're not in bed?
Absolutely incredible, guys. Amazing.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you, everyone, for watching at home. If you're just joining us, welcome into our band show. I am your host, Christian Evanko. Tonight is episode 31. Can you believe it? And we're joined by Wickham Falls live in studio. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Of course. My face feels melted in a good way. I love the use of the wah pedal, Nigel. I'm learning some things back here as a guitar player myself. I like how you just tapped it on towards the very end of that trim picking. That was cool. That was a moment. And there's a lot of great moments that we've, if you guys have been listening along, I'm sure can agree with, that we've been enjoying. So let's just dive in before we get off the rails and I start, nerding out too much. Let's go back to where it all began. So Wickham Falls, I'd love to know, and let's start with Brooke here. What's this origin story of this great music we're hearing?
So Connor and I actually formed this band while we were in high school. We did have a different name, but kind of the same concept and idea going forward. It was just a trio at the time. So this was like 8 years ago. So it was just a trio, us two and a drummer that is not in the band right now. But eventually we met Nigel about 3 years ago. And that shifted kind of from like our amateur sounding music into more serious playing out and writing music. And most recently, Joey joined our band earlier this year. And the blend from the both of them have been like an awesome part to our songwriting, and it definitely changed our sound a lot throughout the years, and we feel like we kind of are finally honing in on what Wickham Falls sounds like. I think
That's great. No, I'm loving everything I'm hearing. So I'm curious though, like how would you describe that earlier sound?
Earlier sound,
More like indie stuff.
yeah, I guess so.
And I think, like, I think as a band, like we always like say we're getting better, like we're learning more about our sound, and we're continuously evolving. But yeah, definitely like Nigel when he joined, like just with his raw guitar playing ability, like totally changed kind of our band right away. You know, now I feel like Nigel's guitar, his solos are like a major portion of our songs, and that has totally changed our music for the better.
Yeah, and I think that my songwriting has changed so much throughout the years. When I was in high school, I was just getting started with it, and as I got better, meeting Nigel, like his guitar parts, we write really well together, I think, and his parts always fit the ideas that I bring to him.
So let's like use Maggie for example. Like, what is the process of writing that song like? Can you describe how that song came to life so we can kind of get a sense as the audience here just how you guys all do fit together?
I think actually I started that song off with a riff idea.
That's right.
Yeah, and I brought it to Nigel, and he made it better.
Is
Actually,
that different than what you normally do? Like, do you normally, did I pick like a unique example and maybe one that's not the
No.
best?
Actually, no. Baby Tooth
Yeah.
is just like that too.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't make them better. I actually played them exactly how. But we pieced it out. So she brings us. Those are two examples, but for those two songs, she came up with the riff, and I'm just kind of placing it throughout the song as we're making it. You know, it's not just like a can you make my riff better kind of a moment. You know, it's about making a part for your song.
Nice. So it seems like Brooke, it starts with you, and then you quickly bring it to the rest of the band to realize the full vision.
Yeah. Sometimes I write the full thing and have like a concept like all figured out, and tell them like this is my ideas, and you write your parts for it. But sometimes it is just like a small thing. Like when we wrote Baby Tooth, it wasn't all there yet. It was just a riff and lyrics, probably, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I do start off with the lyrics, and then since I play mostly rhythm guitar, I have like a progression in mind, and I bring them and we jam on it, figure it out.
Okay. Interesting that your lyrics first, because your phrasing is obviously very deliberate, and you're using a lot of words in some songs, like I guess Maggie, for example. I keep going back to that one. I do feel drawn to that one. I think it's a great tune. They're all great, but I'm like especially, I think, enamored with the amount of consonants, how the storytelling is so smooth, how the vocal delivery is so smooth, and there's just, you're saying so much in that song. So to me as a songwriter, you know, it's like the melody first. Like I feel like I would almost trap myself, especially in a song like Maggie, with so many words and themes that I'm trying to get out. I feel like I would need the melody to smoothly guide and inform the lyrics. So can you kind of talk to me your thought process in that song, especially portraying the story and narrative that you are?
Yeah, I usually have a story written out, and then I write it kind of poetically. I write it line by line and try to like make them sound good together. And then once I have like a clear, cohesive story, then I think about a melody that might work with it, and I try things, and then I find a melody that I like, and then I edit the sentences a little bit so that they fit into the melody, because you want the sentences to make sense still, but you also want a good melody. So I just try to find ways to fit them in with each other. But yeah, I typically do start with the words.
Interesting.
First.
And that's cool to see that process come to life. And it's, I would say it's well executed from an audience standpoint at the very least. So, Joey, I don't want to leave you out of this. It seems like you're the newest member, but I definitely love your style. I think you're bringing a lot to these songs. You're making these little moments happen all over the set. So talk to me about your approach to bringing the drums to life for the Wickham Falls music we're hearing.
I don't know. I just kind of mess around. I hear a riff from Nigel, or they'll have a song that was a lot of songs that we play now since I'm pretty newly added to the band. I've kind of reworked a little bit, taking some inspiration from the last drummer, some of my own inspiration from, I would say more into like the heavy side of music, and take some inspiration from like drummers in that genre, as well as some classic rock, some jazz. Hard to really name exact people, but yeah, I guess that's my approach. Getting back to what I'm trying to answer for you. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like sit down and do something and figure it out. Sometimes it sounds incredibly bad, and like I guess this sounds pretty good.
It sounds really good. And I have two questions based off what you just said. So first, how much of the music that we're hearing was already there before you joined the band?
Basically off of this set, not to spoil anything, but like I'm pretty sure, hold on, I'm a little, I want to say like one song I've actually written. Two, I mean, we reworked and re-recorded the first song actually.
Wow.
So that's going to come out
Tooth,
soon.
Yeah, which is coming out soon.
It's you. low down.
Oh yeah. Actually, I've been lobotomized. All right, my bad. Yeah.
Well, let's that's never been said on our show before. So thank you for creating
No
a very
problem.
fun live moment. But no, in all
Gotcha.
seriousness, so what was that like for you, kind of redefining or adding your voice to songs that were already existing?
I just remember being like really stressed out when I first joined the band because we had a show coming up in like 2 weeks, so I had to listen and learn like a lot of songs and stuff.
That's a
And-
crunch time.
Yeah, I mean, I think our first show was pretty decent, I would say. I felt all right with the songs, but
It must have went pretty well because we asked you instantly after to say if you could join the band. So it must have went pretty
yeah,
That's normally an indicator, isn't it?
exactly, yeah. So that was a great show, and I appreciate the opportunity to like jam with these guys and write with them and do things and stuff, you know. Yeah.
Nice. So before we jump back into more tunes, I would like a sense of where we feel the band is heading. Now that we have this lineup, it's clearly working. It's clearly rocking. So what do we think the future holds, guys?
Well, I think what is nice, the very next song we're gonna play is one of our newest ones, one that was written with Joey. So that will be a good, way to get a sense of our newer stuff. I think we're writing like some maybe heavier stuff, but still like keeping it in the Wickham Falls sound per se, which still has this rock vibe. It still has these Nigel, guitar riffs and stuff like that. Yeah, we have like a lot of stuff. Just go back on this that are still older songs, but still haven't been recorded. So like even some of our stuff that I feel like is a bit older that we've been playing for a while is still being changed and still being evolved just by playing them and writing them more and more.
Okay, very cool. And you do have new music coming out relatively soon, right, Baby Tooth?
There's no tentative date, but definitely.
Yeah. Did I just make
future,
a-
near
It is
future.
recorded.
A
Yeah.
faux pas? It's recorded. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But
That's what I
if
thought I heard.
If you follow it, someday it'll be
Cool.
out.
We'll shout out socials in a few. For sure. So with that said, I think it's time to, especially since you just hinted that the next song, It's You, is an effort that is been entirely conceived by the four people in front of us. So we're going to get like a true sense of the future here of Wickham Falls. And I think that's really cool. It's, kind of, it worked out. The conversation brought us to that point pretty naturally, I would say. So thank you guys for being here. In the next interview, we'll learn a little bit more about the influences that make the musicians in front of us and how they've tried to take those influences and push them a little further. So that's to come. But for now, I want to get back into some music. So guys, why don't you take it away with the next song? It's You, live on our band show.
Unwavering heat and stillness of your state of mind. Thoughts of me in your own right. Stay here for a little while. It's you. It's always been you. It's you. It's you. I've covered every truth. You said your point of view. There's no use in breaking dams. I let you take both of them hands. It's you. It's always been you. It's you. It's you. just a heart. I don't like to fight. I brush off the lead-ons even when it doesn't feel so right. My guy friends, they're masochists. They're annoyed I'm struck when I say I have a boyfriend and don't want to talk. You're in my head 'cause I told you too much about me and my dreams. Now I have to pay the price and see you Thursday night and act like neither of us remember what was said. And it's good to me, I can't believe my confidence was so damn high. And a guy who's only known for being cut-eyed. Oh no, I just slick who it is I wanna be. Your hands on my thigh and you tell me you're in love with me. I'm a good friend, you took it far. Now I don't trust men and I lost another one of you. You made me feel used. Now you're in my head 'cause I told you too much about me and my dreams. Now I have to pay the price and see you Thursday night and act like neither of us remember what was said. And it's blue to me, I can't believe my confidence was so damn high. And a guy who's only known for being cut-eyed. And it's glued to me, I can't believe my confidence was so damn high. And a guy who's only known for being cut-eyed. Why are you looking at me funny? You got smoke on me now, you knows, and it's getting kinda runny. You're so high, you might feel like you'll die. But I won't let that happen, 'cause I'm the best team captain. Though I'm not the mom of the group. And I believe I'm going to die before all of my mates, and I'm not sure why, but the thought probably generates a lack of oxygen, my lungs to my brain. I might die before all of my friends. I don't smoke, my friends poke fun at me 'cause I have asthma, whereas a doctor once said it's 100 a month to keep my lungs nice and clean. So I can't join in, but I'll wait out back. And I know it's lame, but I laugh along anyways, 'cause the roids stunning my growth and weaken my features. And I believe I'm going to die before all of my mates, and I'm not sure why, but the thought probably generates some lack of oxygen, my lungs into my brain. I might die before all of my friends.
So awesome.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you guys for watching. Everyone at home, that is. Welcome to our band show. If you're just joining us, you've missed a lot, but there's still more to come, so stick around. And you can always catch the replay live or after it's live on our YouTube page. So be sure to subscribe and like and follow along and share this with the friends. And not only support us here at our band show, but also Wickham Falls. And let's get back to it. I want to talk a little bit more now that we've heard quite a bit of the set. I want to learn more about your influences. So I'm just going to start with Brooke and we'll go around the room. Brooke, who inspires you? Who speaks to you when you think of why I got into music? It could be family, friends, or famous musicians we may have heard of, or musicians we've never heard of that are trying to make it themselves. Who would your influences be?
Why I got into music in the first place, probably because of my family. I grew up listening to my parents' music. Grew up on like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Beck, and I started playing violin at a young age because we had a family friend that played violin. I wanted to be like her, so I started playing violin. I started playing guitar when I was like 12. My dad also played guitar. I think I've always loved rock music and exploring different kinds of rocks, different genres throughout the year. And I like all different kinds of genres, but now writing music, I'm influenced highly with like alternative rock, hard rock. I'm even influenced by folk music, especially lyrically. I also studied classical guitar in college, and so some folk artists influence my guitar writing too, especially since I'm a rhythm guitarist. So folk-wise, like Nick Drake, Joni Mitchell, and then band-wise, my favorite band is The Strokes. I love Peach Pit and Red Hot Chili Peppers, stuff like that.
Nice. It's funny. I was thinking Joni Mitchell and Little Paul Simon too, and some of like the riffs. I don't know if you're a fan, but I'm getting that out of it. Anyways, let's jump to Connor. Connor, who's your inspirations, man?
Yeah, I think the two biggest artists that influenced my playing in Wickham Falls is probably the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Rage Against the Machine. So like that, like funk / hard rock mixture, I think makes its way into our stuff a lot. But for like what I listen to, like I mostly listen to like metal and hardcore music now. And I don't think that mainly directly influences a lot of our stuff. Maybe it indirectly does. Like I bought a 5-string because I started getting into metal. I was like, well, I can't play it unless I have this low tuning. And then it became the main instrument I play for all our shows and sets. And I find that the low tuning fits in really nice in some of our music. Yeah, most of that.
Love that. That's really cool. I like how the indirect influence can impact the sound. That's interesting. Joey, what about you?
I guess some of my influences to kind of like hone it down, I guess. My favorite band right now and for a while is Title Fight. They're really cool. I wish they would come back and stop not making music. That'd be great.
You got balance and composure back at least, but
yeah, but it would be nice to go to a show. Unfortunately, I was, instead of buying a house and going to a Title Fight show in like 2010, I was in like first grade or something. So. But yeah, for like Wickham Falls, I guess the Chili Peppers, kind of like that feel that they have. Steely Dan's cool. I don't know, with like the guitar stuff that I feel like Nigel does. It's a random reference, but yeah, shout out Steely Dan.
Shout out Steely Dan.
Really cool. I guess like it's hard to name a lot of these hardcore bands that I've listened to over the years, but I guess like great one right now is like Turnstile. I really like their like really old EP, Pressure to Succeed. That's cool. Great. I don't want to call it album, but EP is great, fantastic. Silent Hill 3 soundtrack. That's really cool. Shout out the Skate 3 soundtrack as well. It's a really great soundtrack.
Yes.
And before I get out of here, I just want to give a shout out to DTR, Condemned to Suffer. And that's about it.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hudson Valley.
Nigel, you're up.
I have a whole bunch of influences. I don't have an hour to just talk about me, but I like all things rock and roll. I wouldn't be the musician I am today without blues music. But I think my favorite band, like the Beatles and Rolling Stones, have a special place in my heart. But Aerosmith is my favorite band of all time. Joe Perry's my favorite guitarist. But I'm influenced by a whole bunch of different guys, guitar-wise, like Jimi Hendrix and Eddie Van Halen and Joe Perry and George Harrison, anyone in between. I'm a big funk guy. I love James Brown. I love King Louie. I like anything blues too. Yeah, B.B. King, Albert King. But I think the past maybe 4 years I've been getting into more of definitely more harder rock and 90s kind of rock and roll. I won't say the Chili Peppers again, but definitely influenced by John Frusciante. I listen to that music more and more as I hang around these guys too. But Deftones to to anyone, Elvis Presley, anything rock and roll in the 20th century and 21st century, I'll listen to it.
Love that, and it shows. You're a very well-rounded group, very eclectic. It's hard to put a genre on you, and those tend to be some of my favorite bands, at least, as someone who shares a similar wide palette as you guys. And you do a good job of having your own sound be front row and center, despite all the many influences you draw on. I really do truly feel the uniqueness that is Wickham Falls at the heart and core of it all. So where can folks who are probably equally as enamored as I am keep up to date with all things Wickham Falls, follow along, and what can we expect next?
Follow us on Instagram, definitely, at Wickham Falls. No space or anything. That's where we post everything. We have our some songs out on Spotify or other platforms right now. But, yeah, as we said before, we're releasing Baby Tooth sometime soon. What more?
Well, I think
sign up for the email list. That's
email
up in the bio.
We have
list.
a gig next Saturday too, September 27th at Industrial Arts in Beacon.
yeah.
Cool. You guys know what to do. We'll put the links in the description. With that said, we want to just thank you guys for watching again before we part ways here. If you haven't, please share this video with a friend and subscribe. It'll cost you nothing and it will mean the world to us. So we truly appreciate that. This is episode 31 of Our Band Show. And before we sign off, Our Band Show wouldn't be possible without the amazing crew that helps bring this show together. So on behalf of the entire crew, we want to not only thank you guys for watching, but I want to thank the entire crew as well. So a lot of great people come together to make this one happen. And, well, we have some more music for you, and that's probably the best part about doing this show is that we always end here on Our Band Show, if you're new, with a couple songs just to rock out to the very end. So without further ado, one final time, it's my pleasure to introduce Wickham Falls live on episode 31 of Our Band Show. Take it away, guys.
Using your A brain the wrong way. Christian, Pat, and Eric at our band show for having us. We have one more song. This is called Permethrin Party. Quench your thirst for my metallic taste. Bite me until I bleed clear. Fill me deep with your venom. Entangle my remaining life with fear. Breathing in permethrin, the only way to stay safe. Liberate the hook in my about the life we can make. Oh, someone turn the lights out. Oh, my room is getting dark. Way too young to be held down. I'm sorry, love, I have to leave now. Wish they would spray me down with gas. Have a permethrin party down my back.
Don't throw it away, just wait to get it back.
I don't need to know what your name is. I know your face, I can read it like pages. I know right from wrong, know right from left. Know I can be a good person, I guess. I think I can swim, know I can drive. I know I get honey from bees in a hive. I know I can die. Right now I don't know if I'm even alive. Should I even try? Am I under 40 or past 25? I know I'm alright, but are the goals that I have even worth all the fight? What are my goals? What are my dreams?
My kingdom for all of us. Dry ground, rain destroying. No wicked deed, hot hands left employing.
My old pal's a walker, he gets in his steps. Ma, walking. Ma,
Gotta catch a home. Tell me your sorrow. Will that red wine flow? Will you hear me tomorrow? Will she say? Digging through the depths of the archive, searching for someone ghost to revive, quantifying and eulogizing everything you once would have died for. Apathy creeps in and consumes me, but I'm paralyzed by my desire to fracking my. There's no loving, there's no giving. It's chaos all around. It's one thing I know, we will never fit in. One thing I know, I've been loving you till the end. Oh, till the end. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't care to, I don't want to. Yeah, anyway, and I don't need to. I will bleed through. Yeah, I'll wait. My fears are great disguise. Suppose fun and fiction compromise. Hate the feeling of waiting for something. Heroes and stories I never wrote. Ashamed with the fate I wish I could own. No. So yeah, no. And call me the astronaut. I am alone. And call me the astronaut. I am made of stone. Call me the astronaut. I am alone. And call me the astronaut. I am made of stone.
Keep it down, and we're in the clear. the way you bite your lip out of fear. It's got me so excited. A daydream to nightmare. I'm haunted everywhere. So I put it in drive, I put it in drive, I put it. Quit looking for the sirens in the distance. Gotta love the way I'm running with resistance. I don't really wanna stop no more. I wanna hear how loud they roar.
Am I feeling guilty? Like I owe you all of me. Am I feeling guilty? Like I owe you all of me. But you get me waiting for a chance to call you mine. And goddamn it, do I miss the idea I had of you? The idea of you. Does it feel like you miss? Could you ever be satisfied? Let the world lay at your feet. Could it ever be enough? He was born on a Saturday in '73. He loves hard rock music, fighting the 50s, jamming in the dazzle jam. On the bass guitar with the short wave radio blast. This motherfucking Andy scolding. Look at motherfucker, 'cause here it comes. Andy scolding, wearing his orange hat.
All right, welcome to Unsigned 518. I'm here with Sammie Sativa. How's it going?
It's going. Here I am.
And you know, when I say here, normally I'm at the Dazzle Den up in Schuylerville, but I'm on location now. I'm at Capital District Cannabis and Wellness right here on, it's what,
997 Central Avenue, Albany, New York. We are the first dispensary to open in Albany.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that milestone.
Well,
That's
now
huge.
you know.
Now
If you
I know.
don't
And now everybody
now you
else
know.
knows, too.
They
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, and it's been cool. You know, I've gotten the behind the scenes treatment, and, you know, we're hanging
You've
out.
gotten really the VIP look behind the curtain that not everybody gets. So
Yeah.
you should
I
you should feel a little elite right
I
now.
I do. I absolutely do. But so, you know, the podcast normally is about music, but I've done several episodes that are, I call them my weed episodes, that are just, you know, with the legalization and, you know, the retail coming and the recreational, or not coming, but the retail being here and the recreational, it's like changed the fucking game.
It has,
like,
big time.
completely. And I like to talk about it, and I like to see what's going on. So I guess
I'm the
what's
perfect person
going
to
on?
talk
I know.
to because
and that's how I found you, is through Instagram.
I
I'm
love
like,
weed.
I gotta talk to this girl.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
you know?
I'm right here to talk about weed every day. Legalization, non-legalization, good weed, bad weed, everything in between. So.
And so, you know, and I said, you know, I won't have any questions planned, but I do have kind of want, like, out of this was the first dispensary in all of, like, Albany proper, right? And when was that?
That was 2023.
So it's, I mean, everything's still so new, you know?
It is.
And, you know, we may get some chime-ins with information Sammie keeps looking over for. So fill us in on who else is in the room with us.
My name is James. I'm one of the co-owners of Capital District Cannabis and Wellness. We're the first license issued in the state, And we're also the first cannabis dispensary in Albany, here in the capital region. So we've been open for 18 months right now. We've been working real hard, bringing legal cannabis to the consumers in New York State. And we're just watching as things progress and the game changing.
Sweet. And again, feel free to anytime you want to interject. I was telling Sammie I shoot from the fucking hip every time. So like, you wouldn't be interrupting, you'd just be adding to the to the program. But so we're here. It's the first license in Albany, the first dispensary, or the first license in the state, you said? Wow.
We were on the top of the list. So as we were waiting, it was a real nail biter for us. Waiting for this because we put so much work into this, and this is a dream of mine. I love cannabis my whole life, so this is it. Food and cannabis for me, and we haven't stopped. We've been working. It's 7 days a week, 24-hour-a-day business. So we're always working, and we don't stop. And we're growing. Also, we just opened. We have CDCW in Albany. And also we opened up CDCW in Schenectady, and then we have a third location coming real soon. So we're here.
That'll be a little north, of
little north of here.
What do we say? Over the Twin Bridges.
Over the Twins. Over the Twin Bridges. To Grandma's house we go.
Yeah.
So
a little shorter for me, because I'm up near there. But so the dispensary itself. Do you guys do like delivery? Do you do like online stuff?
We do everything, and we're not stopping.
Really?
Yeah.
And the delivery is just you could go on your phone and get on one of the apps, or do you have your own?
It's actually exactly, you led right there. Even easier than that, we have our own Capital District and Cannabis app that you earn points for every dollar that you spend, and it's spread through the 3 stores. Wow. Soon to be 3 stores.
I love that.
Yes.
And like the delivery, I remember back in like the fucking 90s, like remember obviously that movie Half Baked?
Yeah.
Like I remember like the concept of getting weed delivered to your house was just like this fucking like completely foreign.
And now you're doing it on a tiny computer in your hand.
100% legally.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like smoking joint within full view of a cop. That's like my favorite thing to do.
Or smoking with cops even. Yeah.
Right.
I recently smoked with nuns. Out in the Catskills. That was exciting.
That's so let's talk about that a little bit. Not necessarily like the nuns specifically, but like just having a chat about cannabis in general, like the type of people. Because I'm 52, so I've been smoking since like I don't know 89 or so. But like back then, it was so fucking closeted with anybody who did, even like in like the party scene, like when we were in high school and partying, like if you were going to smoke a joint, you and your friends needed to go somewhere away from everybody else, smoke it, and then fucking deny that it ever happened. And like,
yeah.
So how have you seen the like demographics with people coming in, like now that it's destigmatized and you realize fucking everybody does.
Everybody. It's I love the customers. We have at all ages. I would say the majority are going to be 55 and up, and a lot of young college kids, but far and in between. Even myself, a millennial, I'm sure my upbringing with cannabis use was different than yours, a little bit maybe more accepted, but still, being a female, having to sneak around and hanging with the guys to get high when the girls are it's still. So hey, I'm the day that I had it, I said this is for me. I haven't stopped. So